Hi, my name's Amanda. I've been vegan for almost 8 years, and these are 5 vegan meals I still eat on repeat after all this time. So the first meal I want to share with you today is one for a lentil bolognese. Now, I started eating this meal when I first became vegan, and I still eat it to this day, but the way that I have made it has evolved over time. So I start with some onion, some garlic, some celery, and some carrot, which I finely cut up. And then into my frying pan, I add in some oil as well as the onion and the garlic, and I fry this up for a few minutes before adding in my celery and carrot, as well as some dried parsley. So I also add in some chili flakes here, which is something new that I have been adding to it that adds just a little bit of extra flavor, which I love. And I continue frying this up whilst I put a pot of water on the heat to boil away. Now with my lentils, I know that some people don't like when people use their hands in food. I'm really sorry, I do it. And I feel like it works really well for these lentils because I mash them up to get that fine kind of a mincy texture, which I feel like really adds to the dish. Then I add in some water as well as some vegan beef stock powder, and I continue mixing this all together, adding in some passata. You could also use tinned tomatoes if you would prefer, mixing that together, and as you can see we get this really delicious looking sauce. I also then salt my boiling water before adding in some fettucine, which I love having with my lentil bolognese. Once it's cooked, add all of this in with the sauce and mix it all together so it all gets nice and evenly coated. I top it with some cashew parmesan, my favorite, and this is a really hearty and delicious meal. Now this next meal is one that has also evolved over time because it used to be a tempeh salad, but now I'm in my tofu era, so it's a crispy tofu salad. This is really simple, and the main emphasis in this is making your tofu really delicious, or your tempeh if you prefer it, or you could also do chickpeas or a mock meat if that is more your thing. Now the way I do this is I cut my tofu into rectangle sized pieces. Into a bowl I put some oil, veggie stock powder, some nutritional yeast, onion powder and garlic powder, and I mix this all together. I then add in my tofu and I coat it all nice and well. Some people really like to also coat their tofu in corn flour for some extra crispiness. I feel like this does it really well and is super easy to fry up and everything like that, so I definitely recommend giving it a try if you haven't tried it already. I fry this up for probably 5 to 10 minutes depending on how crispy I want the tofu or tempeh on that day, and whilst I'm doing that I make a dressing with some white wine vinegar, lemon juice and some Dijon mustard. Super simple, really leaning into these simple dressings lately and making simple salads with a nice hearty protein. So into this I put some mixed greens as well as some cucumber, some sun-dried tomatoes, and then that dressing that I've made, and I massage this all together. Once again, I'm using my hands. I'm really sorry, I just do it a lot. I'm adding on the crispy tofu, and then that gives us a really simple salad, but honestly super hearty, super filling, and one that makes me feel really good. I definitely recommend trying this one at home. Before we get into the next recipe, I want to say a big thank you to my friends at Cosmic Cookware who have very kindly sponsored today's video. Now if you keep up with my channel regularly and watch a lot of my food videos, you'll notice that I use these gorgeous pans by Cosmic Cookware. I have been using them for quite a number of months now and I love them very much. Not only are they super gorgeous, they are also so easy to clean and also so easy to use. Their non-stick coating is literally incredible. My go-to pan is the Cosmo pan, which I have in this gorgeous green color, and I also have in the white as well. These are 100% Swiss made with a natural non-stick ceramic coating, and they are perfect for frying, braising, boiling, all of those kind of things. I genuinely use these pans like every single day of my life, and I also think that they are like the perfect gift idea if you have a foodie in your life. And they are top non-toxic and chemical free, super easy and hassle free to clean as well, which is a big benefit if you're someone like me who does a lot of cooking. The dishes are definitely the most draining part of that whole experience. So Cosmic Cookware's range is designed for use on all stove tops, so whether you use induction or gas or electric, these will be good for you. And if you are interested in trying any of their cookware out, you can use my code, which I will leave linked on the screen for a little bit of a discount, and I will leave everything linked down in the description box. I love Cosmic Cookware. I'm very grateful to be working with them because I would purchase this cookware myself. It is so good. It's the best cookware I've ever used in my life. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you decide to get any for yourself, let's get back into the recipes. Now this one is a very popular one from my YouTube channel, which is for a simple black bean chili that I serve in an even more simple way. I think you're gonna love it if you've never seen me make it before. I start by cutting up some brown onion, and I am finely dicing it. You know, I love my onion these days. Actually, that's something that's evolved over time. I used to not eat onion a little while ago, and now I love it. Anyway, into my frying pan, I put my onion and garlic as well as the chili flakes, and then I also add in some salt and some pepper here. I'm frying this all up with some tomato paste, really soaking up all of that flavor. You can really see the non-stick element here, like nothing wants to stick to this pan. I absolutely love it. Then I add in some passata, and then I also add in some black beans that were in a can, so I drained and I rinsed them, and I popped these in here as well. You can also add in like a taco seasoning mixture here if you would like to, if you want to give it more flavor. I often do that as well. Now into a bowl to serve, I serve with some white rice, and then I add in my beans. Now these beans are also something you can prep in advance and put in so many different meals, so I definitely recommend making a bulk batch when you make it. I then put some greens into the bowl as well as some coconut yogurt, which acts as my sour cream in this instance, and then some fresh coriander on top. Really simple, once again, a really nourishing, hearty meal that keeps you full for a really long time. Next, we are making a chickpea tuna sandwich, which if you're vegan and you haven't had a chickpea tuna sandwich yet, I would be pretty surprised. They are a pretty popular, easy, high protein lunch that a lot of people tend to really enjoy for the ease and how full they make you feel. So I start by mashing some chickpeas into a bowl, and then I add in some dill as well as some chives. You can also add in red onion if you would like to. I add in some Dijon mustard and some vegan mayonnaise and mix this all together. And then to serve this, I just put it on a bread roll with some lettuce and tomato. This is like the simple way to do this because the chickpea tuna adds a lot of moisture to it anyway. But you can really go for it and make this sandwich what you would like to. The chickpea tuna is just like a really good high protein base that can be really good for lunch to keep you nice and full. Okay, our last meal for this video. If you haven't seen me make this before, I will be very surprised because I had a whole moment with these peanut butter noodles like a year ago, and I start this by prepping some red onion as well as some broccoli. Then I also do some carrot as well as some red capsicum. You can do whichever veggies you would like. You want to choose veggies or even protein sources if you want to add tofu that you like to have in a stir fry, basically. So I put some oil into my pan as well as some of the red onion, which I purposefully leave a bit bigger because I really like having red onion chunks in my stir fry. I then add in the rest of the veggies and I am stir frying these up. Whilst they're frying, I'm making my sauce, which starts with some peanut butter. I add in some maple syrup as well as some soy sauce, some lemon juice, and then I also add in some garlic powder and some onion powder. You can add this fresh as well if you would like to. Add in some water, and then I mix this together. You just add the water to get to your desired consistency. It'll depend on the type of peanut butter you use as well. And then into a pot of boiling water, I cook some udon noodles. Once these are done, I remove them from the heat, and then I'm adding them after draining them in with the veggies, stir frying that up, and then adding in that delicious peanut butter sauce. So I am mixing this all together. You want this on a low heat now, just really allowing that peanut butter sauce to get through all of the noodles, and you have a beautiful serving of 2 peanut butter noodle dishes, which are so full of flavor, delicious, hearty, all that good stuff that you know I love. So those are 5 vegan meals that I still eat on repeat after almost 8 years being vegan. If you haven't tried these, I recommend giving them a go. They are great staples to have in your weekly rotation, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye bye!